You and your friend are feeling optimistic about the upcoming exam on Friday, confident that your week of studying will ensure success and help avoid summer classes. However, when you receive your grades, shock and disappointment await you, as the results turn out to be significantly lower than anticipated. This stark realization leaves you feeling devastated. As you dwell on your feelings of disappointment, you notice that your friend seems to be handling the situation with a surprising level of ease, which makes you question why you are struggling to bounce back as they are. This situation prompts a deeper inquiry: should you be trying to adopt a more positive outlook? More importantly, can you truly control your emotions? The good news is that, yes, it is indeed possible to manage and regulate our emotions. Psychologists have developed multiple strategies for emotional regulation, one of which is encapsulated in a framework known as the process model. This model provides insights into the routine that shapes our emotions and identifies points at which we can intervene to reshape our emotional responses. The process model consists of 4 key steps. 1. Situation. We first enter a situation, whether real or imagined, which captures our attention. 2. Appraisal. Following this, we evaluate the situation, determining if it aligns with our goals or if it poses a challenge to them. 3. Emotional response. This evaluation prompts a set of changes in our emotional state, beliefs, and behaviors. 4. Intervention. Each step of the process presents opportunities to intervene consciously and alter our emotional responses accordingly. To illustrate how to apply this model, consider a hypothetical scenario where you are invited to a party attended by your ex-partner and their new significant other, certainly a situation that could stir up negative emotions. The first step in this instance might be avoiding the party altogether, opting out to sidestep the discomfort entirely. However, if you decide to go, another approach would be to modify the situation by deliberately avoiding interactions with your ex. If avoiding interaction proves challenging, you can shift your focus instead, perhaps engage in activities that occupy your mind, like playing games with friends, diverting your attention away from your ex's new relationship. Reevaluation is another useful technique. Upon reflecting on the situation more deeply, you may come to realize that your ex's dating choices have little impact on your happiness, thus altering your emotional reaction. If you find yourself grappling with your emotions after the event, you have several options to temper your emotional response. This stage can be particularly complex, as many common strategies, like suppressing feelings or resorting to substances, may lead to worsening feelings or health issues in the long run. Instead, consider approaches that promote emotional recovery. For instance, taking a long walk outdoors, practicing deep breathing, or reaching out to someone you trust for support can create more lasting positive effects. While these strategies do require practice, understanding where your emotions stem from and learning to recognize them is a critical part of managing your emotional state. Once you internalize that you possess the ability to regulate your emotions, implementing these strategies can become significantly more manageable. However, this raises an important question: should you be utilizing these techniques to always maintain a positive mood? The answer to that depends on how one interprets the concept of a good mood. Societal pressures often suggest that we should strive to avoid feelings of sadness or frustration, but in reality, no emotion is strictly good or bad. Instead, emotions are categorized as helpful or unhelpful based on the context. For instance, if a friend confides in you about losing a loved one, feeling and expressing sadness is not only appropriate but crucial for providing empathy and support. On the other hand, while neglecting emotions can be unhealthy, forcing yourself to smile through one-time annoyances, like a minor inconvenience, is perfectly acceptable. We often receive conflicting messages regarding how we should handle our emotions. Some insist we remain upbeat, while others advocate for a more laissez-faire approach, accepting emotions as they arise. The truth is that it's essential for each individual to discover their own equilibrium. Thus, for the question of whether you should always strive to be happy, the answer is a resounding no. Research indicates that individuals who fixate excessively on maintaining happiness may actually experience secondary negative emotions, such as guilt over feeling upset or frustration resulting from their perceived inability to achieve happiness. However, this does not imply that one should allow negative feelings such as sadness or anger to dominate their experience. Instead, strategies like cognitive reappraisal enable us to reassess our thoughts about a situation, allowing us to acknowledge our emotions, in this case sadness, while holding on to hope for improvement and healing. Building on the idea of emotional regulation, it's essential to dig into the nuances of how we interpret and interact with our feelings. Each person's emotional landscape is composite, influenced by individual experiences, personality traits, and social contexts. The ability to recognize and adapt to our emotions can vastly improve our quality of life and relationships. The role of self-awareness in emotional regulation. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in understanding and managing our emotions. By practicing mindfulness or reflective thinking, we can better identify when certain emotions arise and what triggers them. Keeping a journal or engaging in regular self-reflection can lay the groundwork for this heightened self-awareness. For instance, after receiving disappointing exam results, taking a moment to write down what you feel, why you think you feel that way, and what your initial reactions are can help clarify your emotional state. By fostering self-awareness, you can break free from automatic emotional reactions. Instead of immediately feeling devastated and hopeless after poor grades, you might recognize that this is an opportunity to examine what went wrong, be it study habits or exam preparation strategies. This understanding can lead to constructive behaviors, such as seeking tutoring or exploring more effective study techniques. Cognitive reappraisal, a powerful tool. One of the most effective strategies in the process model for managing emotions is cognitive reappraisal, which involves reinterpreting a situation to alter its emotional impact. For example, rather than viewing your poor exam results as a reflection of your intelligence or capacity to succeed, you could reframe them as a learning experience. This switch in perspective allows you to focus on what you can do differently next time, turning a setback into a stepping stone for future progress. This alternate viewpoint is not about denying your emotions but about validating them while also preventing them from taking control of your narrative. Embracing failure as part of the learning process equips you with resilience, enabling you to approach future challenges with a more constructive mindset. Avoiding emotional suppression. While it's important to manage our emotional responses, it's equally crucial to avoid the pitfalls of emotional suppression, where individuals attempt to push their feelings aside rather than acknowledging and dealing with them. Emotional suppression can create a buildup of negative feelings that may surface later in unexpected and often unhealthy ways, such as through stress or anger outbursts. Accepting feelings like sadness, anger, or disappointment allows for a healthy processing of these emotions. Talk about your feelings with friends, family, or a mental health professional. Sharing your experiences can promote a sense of connectedness and validation, significantly aiding emotional recovery. Finding balance. Finding the right equilibrium between experiencing emotions and managing them is a delicate dance. It's perfectly reasonable to feel moments of frustration or sadness without feeling guilty about them. Allowing yourself to feel these emotions can lead to greater acceptance and thus more constructive actions in the long run. For example, if you feel overwhelmed by the implications of your exam results, it's okay to take a breather. Sometimes stepping back, even if just to sit quietly and gather your thoughts, can provide the clarity needed to approach the issue from a new angle. Embracing a full range of emotions. It's essential to recognize the importance of experiencing a full range of emotions, both positive and negative. Emotions serve as our guideposts, providing valuable insights into what we value, our preferences, and even our limitations. Positive emotions can enhance creativity, boost motivation, and enhance relationships, while negative emotions can signal important issues that we may need to address or reconsider. In the context of your exam and the ensuing disappointment, acknowledging the full spectrum of your feelings can enhance your emotional intelligence. Acceptance of these emotions fosters personal growth, encourages resilience, and reveals strengths you might not have recognized. To sum up, here are practical steps you can take to improve your emotional regulation. 1. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness or meditation to cultivate self-awareness, helping you recognize emotional triggers without becoming overwhelmed by them. 2. Cognitive reappraisal. Reframe negative thoughts about situations. Consider what you can learn rather than just focusing on the disappointment. 3. Engage with emotions. Don't suppress feelings. Instead, find healthy outlets to express what you're feeling, whether through conversations, journaling, or creative activities. 4. Build a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family who understand your emotional landscape. share your experiences, and don't hesitate to seek guidance. 5. Establish healthy routines. Create routines that include physical activity, healthy eating, and sufficient sleep, all of which contribute significantly to emotional well-being. 6. Set realistic goals. Establish manageable, realistic goals for your performance in academics or any other aspect of your life. This reduces pressure and allows for gradual progress and adaptation. 7. Seek professional help if needed. If you find yourself struggling with emotional regulation consistently, consider reaching out to a mental health professional. They can provide tailored strategies and support. 8. Reflect on your journey. Regularly take time to reflect on your emotional journey. This can involve assessing your progress and recognizing improvements or acknowledging setbacks without judgment. Embracing emotional regulation through these methods, you enhance not only your understanding of your feelings but also your resilience in facing life's challenges. Ultimately, recognizing that emotions are complex, dynamic experiences rather than simple binaries of good or bad can lead to more authentic living and greater fulfillment in all aspects of your life. Embracing both the ups and downs of your emotional journey allows for deeper connection with yourself and others, paving the way toward personal growth and emotional maturity. In summary, while striving for emotional regulation is vital for personal well-being, it is equally important to embrace a natural range of emotions, recognizing their appropriateness based on the situation. Learning to effectively navigate emotional regulation can lead to more profound emotional resilience and a healthier response to life's ups and downs. Ultimately, the key lies in achieving a flexible understanding of emotions, accepting that sadness can be just as constructive as happiness at times, and allowing oneself to feel and process these emotions rather than always trying to mask or override them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for looking.